of magic. It's a textbook that's full of magic, and books of this genre or type give instructions for invoking angels or demons, performing divination and gaining magical powers, having circulated through Europe in the Middle Ages. So that is what a grimoire is, okay? Hey Beth, what's up this morning, my love? Hey Alex. Thank you for welcoming in the new people, guys. I really do appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. Wow, indeed. And I think grimoires the spelling is, let me see, just hold on. No, we've just begun, my love. You haven't missed much. Grimoire. So it's grim and then O-I-R-E. Okay, that's a grimoire. And that's in reference to the ones that began of the Middle Ages. But of course, these kind of, let me write it down for you, shall I? That might be easier in a thick black pen. Yes, thank you. So that's a grimoire right there. Okay, that's how it's spelt, so you can do your Google research on that. So that's what these texts and books were actually used for. Luke, Memoirs of Grim... yes, exactly, that's how I remember it, like Memoirs of Grim Things. What's the origins of the word? I'm not quite sure what the origins of the word are. I'd have to do like an etymology research on that one, but there's a whole bunch of other words that I'm going to refer to you, which I do know the etymologies for, but don't know the etymology of that one. It could possibly be Latin, but I could be wrong. Guys, just give me 1 second, please. It's on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. It does sound a bit French, doesn't it? Recording of how evil things are done. Yes, all those are great. Bijan, what's your name, darling? I don't think I've seen you here before. It does sound a bit French, doesn't it? Like memoirs, but grimoires. Yes, exactly. So those are kind of middle-aged texts, but of course, guys, it does actually go much further than that. Now, I just want to intersect, why is it that we're referring to these? We're referring to these because these are things that are actually in use currently, okay? And so we need to have an awareness of that, yeah? If you look right back at the beginning of this scope, you will see actually that it actually shows you a book about the grimoires, and there's a very interesting geometry. And of course, all things have been, you missed the last comment. Yeah, I was just saying that at the beginning of the scope, I actually, it was a clip, an image of writings about a grimoire, yes? And it's actually called the Goetia, and let me share a few things about that, and then I will share it with you. Perfect name, because we are talking about sound. How are you doing today? Thank you for coming in. This is what they didn't want us to know about, but we should, so that we know what it is that we're getting into and coming into. I'm loyal to only 2 scopers at once. Please forgive me. In and out? No worries, no worries. Okay, so now the words are starting to sound familiar. Right, indeed. So let's move on to our exposure number 4, okay? Exposure number 4. Chanting inverted sounds, words, commands and recitals to invoke demons and spirits. There's another book name for this, and it's called, well, the English pronunciation is the Goetia, but the pronunciation is actually wrong. It's Goetia, okay? So it's spelt Goetia, yes, but the word is actually oidea, and I will write that down for you also. Oidea, and I will go into the etymology of that, yes. So they take basically what's sacred and literally demonize it for specific invocations, and we're getting more into that as we move along. So here's the yes, it is speaking everything backwards or in reverse. Yes. So there's the word Goetia, but the correct pronunciation, truth crew, is roidea. Roidea. Okay, so this is a Greek etymology. Somebody asked me about the etymology of a grimoire. I didn't have it, but roidea is actually a Greek word, and it actually means to charm or to bewitch. Okay, that is what roidea actually means. And so it's actually got it's enchantment as well, but it has like a bit of a luring kind of feeling to the word roidea. When you say somebody has such roidea, it means they are enchanting, okay? Or you could say it for bewitched. Hitler demonized ancient simple Buddhism. Exactly, the swastika, absolutely, yeah. And we did speak about that one before in my previous dark occultism scope. This one's very different from that one though. But if you are interested, I invite you to find it on my catch.me so that you can view it. Is the luring done subconsciously? Both. It's done subconsciously, and this is why I'm sharing it with you guys so that you can be aware of it. What's up, Andrea? Thanks for coming in, my darling. Yeah. So it's done subconsciously, but it's also done consciously in some cults and mystery schools that are involved in dappling with the dark occult, okay? So there is that aspect of it. Ooh, I'm both intrigued and drawn to learn of the dark, and chilly creeps in my spine. Yes, it's good to be aware of it without becoming drawn into it. And this is what I have done. It was necessary for me to know about dark occultism because there were a lot of people, or are, not as many these days, but a lot of people that have been involved in dark occultism, and they're trying either to free themselves of it, yeah, or they have had very, very nasty experiences as a result of dark occultism. So this is why every now and again I find it very beneficial to share about that. Yes, black magic, yes. Occult actually means hidden knowledge. That is the origins of the word occult. Some people are naturally charming and others use it for deceit. Yes, so it is wonderful to have a natural idea, yeah, which is charm, but to use it obviously in the right ways or the right purposes, yeah. It exists there in Nepal. Oh, yeah. Oh, big time in Nepal. Yes, absolutely. And many areas of the world, you don't invite bad things in. Absolutely. But you know what? It's about having an awareness also, my love, of what those bad things are. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we may think that they are good things. Yes, hidden knowledge, exactly. Absolutely, Leanne. Yes, it is. It's very, very interesting. So let's move on with this. So the Book of Roidea is also now known as, I believe it to be incredibly important to be loyal to our intuition when it comes to this stuff. Absolutely. Yes, they will really help me. Can the black magic read minds? Yes, it can. Everything is magic, and you know, we can all read minds, and it's part of what I do, but I only do it to help people, and when I have the permission of the person to do it so that I can help them come out of a situation. I legitimately knew one sound dark, it took energy. Yes, I missed the tail end of that, but I think I've got it. But people do it in a state of violation. Like I mentioned at the beginning, remote viewing to spy on enemies and so that they can locate things about their enemies. This is a way to read somebody's space and mind, and it is definitely dark occultism. It's black magic, okay? When it's a violation, then it's black magic. Yes, they did practice in old Tibet, everywhere, guys. So she intruded my home 6 weeks. Oh my goodness, really? That's not good at all. I hope that that you dealt with that. I have books on psychic protection. No, they're not much help, Yolande. And there are reasons for that. And this is something that I shared with my my foundation group last week when I was teaching my Fusion 7 Healing Foundation group, is that protection doesn't work unless you've gotten rid of the dark stuff first. Otherwise, it's not worth anything. Yeah. So just to complete what I was saying about Roidia, okay, Goetia, the Book of Goetia, it's also known as the Book of Howling. The Book of Howling. Isn't that creepy? Yeah. So the Goetia is also known as the Book of Howling. Yeah. And the reason why the Goetia is known as the Book of Howling, Truth Crew, is because Roi comes from to howl, okay? So that's the origins of the etymology of Roidia, which is the Greek word. So this is why it's known as the Book of Howling. You've heard the name? Yes. So that's what it's about, yeah? And so they use this to invoke demons and spirits. That's what it's used for. And the elite use these books to summon lower vibrational entities to create harm, okay, to cause harm. Is that clear so far? This stuff is all happening it's ancient stuff, right, but it's used today. It's used today in order to create harm, definitely, yeah? Jemmy, what's going on, my darling? Thank you for joining. Howling is etymology for Goetia. Yeah, yes, it comes deeply. When you dissect Roidia deeply, it comes from howling. That's where it comes from. Yeah? Yes. Hey, Sandy, what's up, darling? Thank you for coming in. Harm in what way? Anyway, basically any way that concerns dark occultism and dark magic, yeah? Do white magic practitioners do invocations? Yes, they do. But what it is that they are invoking spirits that are not used for the purpose of harm. That's the difference, supposedly, okay? But everything is magic at the end of the day, you know? So this is what we need to do, is to understand basically the difference, okay, between how it is used by dark occultists, where it's coming from, and this is what we've described so far. Does this relate to exorcism? I guess it kind of would, yes, because in an exorcism, certain words are used in order to draw out the negative spirit, yeah? But priests and people that have done that have really, really found their demise by doing so, because they're not really equipped in doing it. They don't know what the hell they're doing, to be honest with you. What the hell? Pun intended. They don't know what they're doing. Usually they're really shit scared. That's the first problem. Yeah, people who do it need exorcism, right? But there are ways of doing it in a very soft way where you don't use inverted sounds and tones to do it. Yeah, it is. It's real creepy. Our understanding of space-time reality creates belief in then and now. It is. It's totally parallel. Absolutely, Michelle. It's totally parallel. And so that means that all these things of old can actually be present today. All we need to do is put our awareness to it. That's all that's required. Yeah. So this is the big thing, right? So are you all good with the Roidia book? What it does, what its intention is, how it's been used, okay? Roidia, yes? Or Goetia. You've got the spelling of that too, yeah? So you can do your research. So